Special Beam Cannon!
SB Cannon coming at you, and welcome back to another episode of Shots Fired. This is episode number 6. And this is the continuation of the story that I told last week. Now let me give you a little recap. There's this girl in my class. It's 10-year-old SB Cannon, looking like Corey Baxter from That's So Raven. Because I was a little chubby with the Harry Potter glasses, the transitions. 10-year-old Michael, I like this girl named Kimberly. I decide that I have this plan to put myself in a situation where I can tell her that I like her. So what I do is I go to CC's Pizza, I go in the prize machine, I get 2 rings, I get an orange ring and I get a blue ring. I put the orange ring in her desk, and now I'm waiting for her to get it and ask who gave it to her so I can tell her that I did it. So let's go from there. I'm sitting there thinking that she's gonna grab the ring. She's gonna stand up and ask who gave it to her, and that's when I can lay all my feelings out on the table. Just lay it out like a spine buster. But no. She finds it and she automatically assumes that this other guy gave it to her. Ronnie Farmer, the dude who he was the weirdo in our class. He was the weirdo in the whole school, really. Ronnie Farmer. What kind of last name is Farmer? Like, seriously. He was the weirdo, and he wasn't weird as in a weirdo. He just stank. He just stank. Like, for no reason. Like, why do you smell bad like that? I don't understand. You just always smelled bad. Like, it wasn't even BO. It was just bad smell. I can't really describe it any way. That's how bad it was. And not only that, he wore overalls every single day. Overalls? Like, once again, I know I'm living in the South, but overalls every single day? Come on, Ronnie? What kind of name is Ronnie? Seriously. Like, I mean, I shouldn't be going off on this dude, but I'm just saying. Overalls every day? I'm not gonna lie, he had the blue overalls, he had the faded overalls, he had the black overalls, he had some green overalls, he had the camo overalls, the black and white camera overalls. He had some red and dark red overalls. Not gonna lie, he was swagged out with the overalls, but I'm just saying he wore overalls every single day. What? Why would you even do that? That's serious. That's weird. Why would you wear overalls? And he wore them over everything and anything. But let me stop. Point is, she thinks that he gave her the ring. See, I got overall on my mind now. See, I didn't say that too much. She thinks that he gave her the ring. I can't just let him swoop down and take credit for what I did. I went to CC's. I got the ring. I put it in her desk. I did that. That's my credit. I can't just let him swoop in and take credit for what I did. That's why I never cheated in high school. Or at least I never let other people cheat off of me. Because you can't just swoop in and take credit for what I did. I don't care if we got a substitute. I don't care if this is just busy work and it's probably not even going to be graded. I don't care. It's my work. You can't just swoop in and take credit for what I did. I looked in the book for 10 minutes and found the answers. You can do the same thing. I can't just let you come in and swoop down and take credit for my work. Period. But anyways, back to the story at hand. I can't let him do that. So the only choice that I have now is to tell this girl how I feel. I have to tell her today before the day ends. So I come up with another plan. Let me just tell her at lunch though. Let me just tell her at lunch. If I can sit next to her, me and her, we got our own little space, and I can tell her, she's feeling good because you just ate. Everybody, you always feel good after you eat, right? I can just tell her then, and it's all good. She's forced to sit down next to me. She can't leave or anything because it's lunchtime. So I got the good idea. Now let me tell you how our lunch system works. When you go in line, the order that you go in the line in the lunch line is the order that you're gonna sit. You come out and you go right to sit down. Always like that, except for Mondays, because Mondays were ice cream days. Like, they know Mondays are horrible. So Monday was ice cream day for us. And you could go buy ice cream before you sat down. You would come out of the cafeteria line. You would go out, buy your ice cream, then you would go sit down. And in the meantime, Other people who's behind you, who's not buying ice cream, they just go sit down immediately. So that's the only way that the line order could get messed up. And I knew that. And I knew that. And I kept it in mind because in order to tell Kimberly how I felt about her, I needed to be alone with her. Practically alone with her. And lunch was the only place I could do it, except there was one obstacle. Her best friend Miranda. Miranda was the obstacle because I know that if Miranda was sitting next to Kimberly, they would talk to each other the whole time. Now, everybody do me a favor, look to the left. Okay, now look to the right. If you notice, you have two sides. Now, if I'm on one side of Kimberly and Miranda is on the other side of Kimberly, you know, Kimberly is going to be facing toward Miranda and she's going to be talking to her the whole time. So that's something that I got to stop. I got to stop that. So what did I do? I gave Miranda some money, some of my hard-earned cash. I gave it to her so she would go buy ice cream. If Miranda's in line, then Kimberly, then me, everything turned out good. You see, Miranda, she goes to buy the ice cream. But while Miranda is going to buy ice cream, Kimberly goes to sit down. I go to sit down. Some other people go to sit down. Then Miranda comes back after she bought her ice cream and she sits down. And it's all in the same sequential order. So I'm sitting there next to Kimberly, and my heart is just beating, just boom, 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 just beating hard. I'm sweating. I don't know how I'm gonna tell her. I don't know when I'm gonna tell her. When out of nowhere she brings up the ring herself. She brings it up and she's like, Michael, Ronnie put this ring in my desk, and I don't even know what to do about it because I don't like him. Nobody really likes him. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. What do you think I should do? And she straight opened up the floor for me. She opened up the floor for me, and I'm just sitting there, my chest beating, I'm sweating, I'm looking at my tray, and I see the jelly, right? When I was leaving out the cafeteria line, I was telling myself, I was looking at that jelly, the jelly that got the grapes, pieces of grapes in there, pieces of oranges, pieces of pineapple, that little dessert. I'm looking at that and I'm telling myself, I'm not gonna eat that until I tell this girl how I feel. And like I mentioned earlier, I was a little chubby dude, so I like to eat. So that was some good incentive. And so I'm sitting there, I'm sweating, my chest is beating hard. I don't know how to say it. So what do? I just lay it out. I lay it out on the line. I tell her, I like you and I want you. So we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Shout out to Boondocks. I didn't really say that exactly like that, but I just laid it out. I told her that I liked her. I told her that I was the one who gave her the ring, and she didn't believe me. I'm not gonna lie, she didn't believe me. She was like, cross your heart and hope to die? And I'm like, how do I, yes, cross my heart and hope to die. Yes, let's go with that. Yes. That's my final answer. Yes. Cross my heart, hope to die. And I'm just like, yes, I did it. And she was smiling. As soon as she started believing me, that's when I knew that she believed me, because she smiled. She put the biggest smile on her face, and she hugged me, and she just kissed me, like right there. She just kissed me. Like she didn't even give me a chance to pull out my ring, because I had the matching ring in my pocket. She didn't even give me a chance to do that. She already believed me, like that. It's awesome. Bada bing, bada boom, cha-ching. She accepted me, and I had me a girlfriend even though we broke up by the end of the year. Like, I was feeling good about myself. I was feeling good. And the funny thing is, she had her ring, the orange one, but it didn't even fit her. But I had the blue one with me, and we ended up having to switch the rings. So I had the orange one, and she had the blue one. I think that's funny that her hands were bigger than mine, because I couldn't fit. The blue one was too big for me and the orange one was too small for her, so we had to switch. It's just a cute little story. It's just a cute little story. The first time I really had to grow a pair of balls and do something, It's a cute little story. I like it. It's funny because Kimberly, I think I have a weird taste in girls. Because Kimberly, if I remember right, she had a square head, like straight square. Like, I really shouldn't be saying this, but she had a straight square head. Now, most girls have a lot of hair on their head, so if you can tell that the shape of her head is square, like that's really a square head. Like SpongeBob in this mug, square. Like straight cubicle head. But let me just stop right there. You know, this girl, her name is Kimberly, and she was awesome. She gave me my first kiss, and I felt fantastic after that. You know, and that's in the 10th grade. I mean, in the 4th grade, I was 10 years old. That was an interesting experience for me to have, and it's kind of set the tone for the rest of my school life, sorta. You know, until I got to high school. But you know, those are stories for another day and another time. But for now, I'm gonna get out of here. SB Cannon